You can't touch it. We are not bemoaning the noon kickoff. We are now owning it. It's a badge of honor. We're the lunatic fringe that defines our coach's legacy when it comes to this game. They don't get to define that outside the field. So we're cut from a different cloth for Ohioans. Do I want Michigan to beat Oklahoma? No way in hell. I don't know what world I'm living in. This is insane to me. And if you saw my outburst, I apologize. It's showtime now. Got to be kidding me. Welcome into Juckeye and Bucks. Appreciate you all so much for joining me today as we are here for a live watch party for the Buckeyes as they take on the Washington Huskies in Seattle. And, of course, we've got some games finishing up here as SC and Illinois in the fourth quarter now. I'm rooting for Illinois here in this game as I hate USC. And Illinois was just about to score a touchdown and fumbled the ball into the end zone. And it looks like USC has recovered this thing. The Illini up 31-25 as we await the Buckeyes kick. Now, as far as these Buckeyes, listen, I got it on pretty good authority that Bo Jackson's going to be starting this game. Bo is going to be not just playing. The knee is not just healthy, but Bo's starting the game. We'll see if that comes true. Emily missed all week because of the wedding stuff. Congratulations to Emily as her daughter got married in Hilton Head today. And that is fantastic news on the beach. Emily sent us a picture. I don't have it loaded up, but looks like an awesome ceremony. And she married a Marine. So congratulations to Emily and her daughter and the whole fam. Terry, what's up, buddy? There you go, dude. What a crazy game as the Buckeyes out on the field looking beautiful in those brilliant whites. The scenery of this game is amazing. I really do love this setting. It's a great place to watch a game, even on TV. It just looks great. The Huskies wearing their all purple pants, monochromatic look here. And they're pumped, man. They are pumped out there in Washington. Bucks by 50. What's up, buddy? Alabama Jones says, Juck, I don't know why you hate on Bo Jackson so much. It wouldn't hurt to say something nice about him every now and again. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know. Gotta have the gray sleeves. I won't buy anything else, my man. Will not buy anything else. It's gray sleeves, and that's it. Joe F., one of the Duckeyes, thinks it's going to be a bloodbath, betting Ohio State up by 14 by half. We would expect nothing less of one of our Duck friends when talking about his rival. That's for sure. That's a pretty intense rival. I didn't realize that it was so intense until I started this show and started interacting with some more Ducks fans. That is intense, man. They really dislike each other. Turns out that Washington is a lot like Michigan in the fact that they kind of look down or they pretend like they're a little high and mighty on the Oregon folks. And that's why I think we can probably relate more to the Oregon folks in that portion of the rivalry. Not the getting beat down, though. Washington owns that rivalry. Like, I looked at the numbers one time. Oregon has historically been at the bottom of that rivalry. Washington coming out looking like Barney. Yeah, listen, I can tease and hate on it, but I actually love their uniforms, and I love their purple. So when we look at like their purple versus LSU's purple, theirs is more like blue purple. LSU's has more of the red, so it's just varying degrees of purple, and I really like the one that Washington uses. I think they got great uniforms, and that old gold. All right, so here's the question of the day, right? Is Illinois better than they showed last week against Indiana, or is SC worse? I think it's probably likely a little bit of both at this point. I thought USC was going to have a pretty easy cover here. I thought USC was the clearly better team, but Illinois has out-physicaled them. Yeah, for sure. They have beat them up, as Joe F. says. They're a little soft. They have beat them up pretty good. But here they are with 6:21, and this game is moving slow. 6:21 left in the game. SC down 25-31. as the last touchdown they scored, instead of kicking the extra point to make it 24-31, they went for 2. And that was so that they could have. So if you are, I was thinking, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just make it a 7-point game? Kick the extra point and make it 7. So then I was thinking, yeah, Bo is starting. He might not take the first snap, but Bo is the dog this game. I got that information just about 10 minutes ago. So that's great news. But instead of, if you already know ahead of time, all right, if we end up tying up this game, we're going to go for 2 for the win. We're not going to play for overtime. So if that's the scenario and you're down by 14, if you score a touchdown, then instead of kicking an extra point and then going for 2 the second time, you just go for 2 both times. So you got 2 chances to go for 2. Someone got to tell Luke Waffle he's making a mistake going to USC. Tell his financial advisor that. Because he's telling him differently. He is telling him differently. That's for sure, man. That kid's getting paid. I don't know. Me and if anybody wants to watch, me and Mark Givler had a conversation about Luke Wafel on yesterday's episode of Skull Session over on Buckeye Huddle on that channel. If you want to check that out, we did a little recruiting discussion yesterday, and Wafel came up. That pull-out shot looking at Washington, there's a lot of scarlet in that crowd. Well represented as always, and it's not like, I mean, it's scattered throughout. Look at that. There's scarlet everywhere, and it's really popping. Love that, man. Oh, the girls even got purple hair there. So my wife has black hair, jet black, beautiful hair. And it was a trend maybe like 5 years ago for black-haired women to like put this kind of like deep purple kind of streaks in their hair. And mine would never do something like that. She did do that. It was kind of hot. It's pretty hot. So what are my thoughts on the FSU game? Wow. Like, what are we? So here's what I said the other day. I was making my picks, and I'm looking at this game, and I'm looking at Florida State and the number 8 team in the country. There were some metrics that had Florida State the number 1 team in the country so far. And obviously that's absurd. But my point is, a really good team, surprisingly, right? Now, that line was only like 6.5 at Virginia. In Virginia, who's supposed to be a little bit better this year, but, you know, it's Virginia. So I'm looking at this line, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Florida State should be favored a little more heavily. Obviously, it's making me want to take Florida State. However, I know not to do that when I see a line and it doesn't make sense. And I said it right in the show, and I did it anyway. I was like, I'm probably going to feel like an idiot for taking this, but I'm taking it anyway. Florida State -6, book it. And then we all saw what happened. Virginia wins the game. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to watch the game except for like the very end of it to really put a whole lot of thought into it. Because I was at Hoban in Walsh last night watching Buckeye 5-star future left tackle Sam Greer and a slew of other prospects. And what a game it was. Came down to the very end. Hoban scored a touchdown at the end that was kind of controversial, as Brayton Feaster, who is a running back linebacker for Hoban, who has offers from Oregon, USC, Penn State, like 30 other schools. Not a Buckeyes offer yet, but they give him the ball. So they convert him to linebacker. They give him the ball when they really need it. And they really needed it, obviously, here at the end of the game. So they give him the ball, and he busts off a 25-yarder down to the 3-yard line. And then we're down under 2 minutes. They give him the ball again, and Sam Greer blows the D tackle off the ball, and Feaster comes through the hole, and 2 linebackers meet him, and this dude runs through these 2 linebackers, and I'm right behind him. I got a great video I'll show you guys on Monday's show. Runs through these 2 linebackers, extends the ball, and as he's extending the ball, it's a fumble. I don't know if it broke the plane or not because I was behind the end zone. So then there's a scrum for who's going to recover this ball. And we don't even know if it's been called a fumble yet by the refs or if they've said it crossed the goal line or not. At the end of the day, it was, I don't know what it was ruled, but Hoban ended up recovering it. So whether it broke the plane or not, Hoban touchdown and Hoban wins. And what a crazy game. It was awesome. But Milan Paris, who is Walsh's wide receiver, and I've talked about him before on the show, he's now up to a top 200 overall prospect in the country. And he is committed to Matt Campbell in Iowa State. But he just recently, this last week, got offers from Nebraska, Miami, Auburn, and Oklahoma. So he's about to blow up. He's 6'4". I got a great view of a great clip of a touchdown to show you guys of him as well. But we'll talk about that on Monday. But a crazy game. Sam Greer looked sensational. He is just enormous. It was a hell of a game. Let me see if I can pull something up quick of Sam here. I got a whole lot of good stuff. Oh, Rock Hill. Man, Rock Hill is just so fast. Rock Hill, of course, the DB that's going to USC. But here's just a little clip of Big Sam here. Just an absolute gargantuan man. Wonder if I can pull up that touchdown. Oh, the Buckeyes are taking the field. We'll talk about this later. Here come the Bucks. I got to switch screens here. I got to put the Bucks on the big screen and pull this USC Illinois on the little screen. Do you guys watch the Buckeyes in split screen with other games? I can't do it. Cannot do it. They got to be on my main screen because I just have a hard time focusing with the multiple screen jobby if it's an important game. And this one certainly is. Now, I am a believer that this Washington, not the Washington team, but the scenario around this game has led to the overvaluing of Washington, and that this line being so low at kick here, when we have watched Ohio State essentially treat this game all week like a matchup game. Ohio State has treated this game like they treated the Oregon game last year. The difference here is this Washington team is nowhere near that Oregon team. So I expect the Buckeyes to roll. Not underestimating the opponent. Hopefully I'm not overestimating the Buckeyes. Remember, guys, today, when you're in the chat, there's a new feature here. If you put a question mark after whatever you say, then it highlights for me. So I know you're talking to me and not just everybody else in the chat. So like if you have a question or something, then just put a question mark, whether it's a statement or a question, if you want me to see it. B-Chap says, Juck, when the game starts, can you do a time sync? Yeah. I'll tell you guys exactly, boom, where I'm at so that I don't spoil it for you. If I'm ahead of you, I guess it doesn't matter if I'm a little behind you, but I don't want to be ahead of you and spoil the action. So right now, the Buckeyes, for me, are lined up and getting ready to kick off here. So when they kick off, I'm going to pause it as soon as they kick off and then wait, I think, 5 seconds. All right, they're kicking now. 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm going to play. So I should not be ahead of your guys' feed there. If I am, then you guys let me know. Here we go. Damon Williams, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy we've heard about nonstop this week, more than Julian's saying. Let's see what you got, White Shadow. This dude, I've been told, is really only about 5'9", which I love. Like him and Jonah Coleman. Electrifying indeed. See, I don't know. Do you guys like the all purple? I love the all purple. I think that looks awesome. Their right tackle number 74 as a party. He's really good. And it's first down. All right. 8.5 yards on first down. Not good. Second and 2 on the opening series. Nice. TFL for our boy. A8. Players to watch. Keep an eye on Sonny Styles. They got a picture of Lorenzo on the screen. I was like, why is Lorenzo one of the players to watch here? No, it's supposed to be Sonny. Okay. Ty Malone is in there making the start again, guys, over Edric Houston. All right, here he goes. No. Boom. 3 and out. That's what's up right there. Did you see that lane discipline? They all stayed exactly where they were supposed to. Nobody over pursued. I love it. Caden McDonald took on 2 right there. That was beautiful. KJ, click back 5 seconds. A lousy punt is going to set the Buckeyes up with great field position to start. Here we go. Here we go. The most accurate quarterback in the country per PFF by 9 percentage points. They came out and did a video yesterday about it. That's an incredibly amount, like the difference between the next guy, 9 percentage points. All right, that's a good, powerful run from CJ to start. Don't get a penalty. Montgomery just mutilated a guy. Second and 6. Buckeyes across the 50. And here we go to JJ. Going to get a first down. Give him that first. Okay. I don't think there's a red zone issue. I know a lot of people are worried about the red zone issue. I think it was right there for Julian last week. If they can get down to the red zone, I'm not concerned at all. Just a couple of poor decisions. He's starting to get those. He's looking more natural back there. And this doesn't sound very loud, by the way. Donaldson again, big old hole for our boy. First down. That was gaping. I could have ran through that hole. Washington's got problems if our boys are blocking like this today. Look at that lane. And we'll stick with him. Another 5 yards. Oh, buddy. This is if the Buckeyes can run for 6 yards a carry here, this is going to be a long day for these boys. Second and 5 now. Bucks at the 25. Washington full throat. Doesn't sound too loud on my TV. I don't know. And another great job blocking inside the 15-yard line. So now officially in the red zone, opportunity to get a first down at the 4-yard line. And we will see after the woes against Ohio what they can do here. Beautiful, isn't it? Four rushes, one pass. Bo Jackson in there in motion. He gets the ball. Yeah, you know, a little bit of trickeration going on there. It was just power running was working. I don't really love that. Second and 7. Jetfish looks scared. Jellyfish. Wow. Really good coverage there. 3rd and 7. Blanket coverage there. Yeah, we can't have this again, man. Cannot have it. 3-and-out touchdown this early in the game is just going to deflate the hell out of their crowd. All right, 3rd and 7, 9 on the play clock. No, come on. Julian's going to run. He's going to run. This is a huge call now. About 4th and 1 here. The running game has been working. What's the call? This is a huge moment here in this game, early in the first. Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, half a yard? Oh, they ruled it a first down. This is probably going to get overturned here. But the way they're muscling up front, this is going to be a stressful call for Day because he's got to imagine he's going to be able to get it. You're on the road. But can we just say Julian looked very athletic on that play? That was really nice. First time we've seen him this year really pick it up and go take one himself. I'm with Lance here. Yeah, I'm with you. Seeing Julian take off and run, that's fantastic. I've been waiting to see it. He looked really good doing it. A little more different, condensed down here, but Danielson weighing in that the Buckeyes got to go for this. If we go and get stopped, my gosh, this place is going to go nuts. All right, let's get a look at this coverage here. That was it. There's Nolan Botto, number 23, signaling. Four and a half yard line. All right, so it's 4th and 1/2 yard. 4th and 1/2 yard. Andy, I'm with you. I noticed that too. So Julian looks like he's having fun. Here we go. This will be the loudest it's going to be all day. Nate Roberts in at the fullback. Freshman tight end Nate Roberts leads the way. Oh my God, they got him. CJ Donaldson stopped. Absolutely disgusting. Look, man, this guy is the worst short yardage back. I don't give a damn how big he is. He's the worst short yardage back we've had in a long time. He's terrible. He has no idea how to use that big old body. That is ridiculous. Yeah, he ran good on that first series. That was the offensive line that did that. This guy's dude. I'm over this dude. Look, I've been saying it all week, man. This guy is not ideal for that kind of run. He's not. He's just big. That's it. I'm not. I'm trying to be cool, man. I'm trying to be cool, but man, that is just ridiculous. He got the first man that made contact. It wasn't, a second guy did come in, but it was the first man that made contact, stonewalled him. Yeah, that's exactly right, Adam. He did. That first guy. No, he's straight up, Chris. Straight up and down. And talk about a momentum shift. Right there, you score a touchdown there. Look, the good news is you ran the ball at will. You ran the ball at will, and the only time that they were covering you was inside the 20-yard line, which, condenses the field. Julian's having fun. All things look great, but offense was never our concern. The concern is the defense. You had an opportunity to score a touchdown there, and off a crap punt. Don't forget the crap punt there. Blown opportunity. And honestly, that's the only way that Ohio State can lose this game, in my opinion. Blown opportunities. And this is absolutely correct, too. Isaiah West is the second best back on this team, and he absolutely would have gotten that yard. Billy, what's up, buddy? Sean says, look at the difference in the way Donaldson positions his body compared to how Judkins ran. Completely night and day. Cookie said he got stood up last game at the end zone. He got absolutely demolished by the safety for Ohio University. The safety demolished him so bad, I went and looked up that safety like, man, this guy, he's really good. All right, here we go with the Huskies and the ball. And there goes Damon Williams as he takes off, and he'll get about 2.5 yards on first down, chased out of the pocket. And you can see the juice, man. Dude's got the juice. Buckeyes D, ready for this guy. And the first pass of the game for Washington, they'll hit a slant. Boy, did he really rifle that in there. That looked really nice. So I am at, if we're looking at the play clock right now, Freak, I've got 8, 17, 16, 7:15. Well, we could go by the game clock, I suppose. 7:36. And stopped. Ooh, we got a Washington flag for sideline interference. Jed, get out of the white area, buddy. Yeah, I'm kind of with Danielson here. Usually they give him a warning on that one. They just threw the flag right off the rip. Sure is. Buckeyes representing here. Lots of Buckeyes in the stands. Back to 1st and 10. And a completion, and he'll squirt out of there for about a 9-yard gain. Dadgummit. Coleman is a tank, man. He is a little tank. There's no doubt. Yeah, Danielson does suck. I honestly thought all week, I said it, like short yardage situations, they're going to run Bo this week. They'll learn their lesson now. Nate Roberts could have done a better job as well, but I'm not going to hate on my boy. 2nd down, TFL. Caden McDonald back in there again. And in the second defensive series of the game, we are with Tywan Malone again as Edric Houston still on the sideline. Jellyfish is really mad. We got another flag? What's he flipping out about? What's this flag, guys? Anybody see this flag? Unsportsmanlike? Dude. You absolutely cannot do that. You're trying to knock off the number 1 team. Look at this bonehead. You cannot do that to your own team. And you try to preach to your kids all week to be that you can't do that, man. Cannot do that. Just put them in 3rd and 14 after a 9-yard gain. Talk about a way to kill the momentum that they had just stolen, right? That CJ Donaldson gave them. KJ. This controlled, contained pressure is what led to getting off the field quick that first series. If you go in on this guy, you over pursue, and then he just squirts out. Quick throw, and Lorenzo Styles. There's our guy. Okay. Lorenzo takes good care of him, and they will be punting, and they really squander that series, which was a chance to build some momentum. But I think the good news is we've now seen these guys go 3 and out, and they've had a couple successful plays. Defense looked really good on that one too. Hard to judge with the penalties. Thanks to Jellyfish for both sideline interference and then yelling at the ref for sideline interference and getting his dumbass a unsportsmanlike. And the Bucks will get the ball across the 50 again. Great return, baby. No! And this you. That's the only way. The only way you lose this game. And once again, this team is absolutely cursed when it comes to punt returns. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. We could do a highlight reel over the last 10 years of instances like this. I don't see it with anybody else. Honestly, that was really good defensively, right? The first guy kind of ripped his arm out. The second guy, I mean, it wasn't planned. It just happened. Ennis literally had both arms on the ball, right? I know he's going to get crushed for that, and he should. You will anytime you fumble, but I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Now, don't you talk about BI like that. That's a captain. That's a guy. That's a dude. Oh, you guys have turned on BI. Oh, no. Everybody's turned on BI? Chris badmouthed Ennis now, and he'll do it again. It's unbelievable, the punts, guys. I know. Yeah. Here we go. One of our ducks says, from an outside perspective, none of this mattered. Ohio State will still win by 3 scores. Alabama doesn't think Ennis is captain material. I look, everybody loves Ennis. Yeah, it's infuriating. This has been a weird game, Andy. I'm with you, though. Like, let's just pretend like Jed Fish doesn't get those first down, or doesn't give the gift of a first down there, or give the gift of the ball back with his penalties, and they just got a first down, right? The whole punt, none of it happened. They just got a first down. Dave, what's up, buddy? And I agree with you. They cannot beat Ohio State. Ohio State can beat Ohio State here, but they got the ball at the 20. Whatever. We'll pretend like none of the penalty on Jellyfish happened. They just picked up a first down, and everybody just forgive BI. Boom! This guy can't hit a little out. Yeah, Julian Sam would have might as well walk and place that in his hand. How do you miss that? Terrible throw. Adam wants a special teams coach. Ennis is a great blocker, Dago. Tell him. Fantastic blocker. But maybe it is time. Maybe it is time to get him away from the punt returns. I don't know. I'll hold my breath the rest of the year on punt returns. 2nd and 10 for the Huskies, and a great run for Jonah Coleman as he busts out. He's across the 50 down to the 45-yard line, and he's going to get you for a couple of those. It's just going to happen. I accepted that coming into the game. The dude's really, really good. Oh, Caleb got really, really held there. Wrapped around from behind him. Yeah, man. Caleb got held bad. First down from the Buckeyes 45 here. They'll go back to Coleman, and he'll get nothing. Peyton Pierce. Edric Houston. Great play, Eddie. All right, baby Huey's in there, makes himself a play right off the rip on his first play in. And we need a big day from Edric Houston to get some confidence back, because he is struggling right now, I think, with confidence. Big time completion. Big time completion. How many offensive plays have we run? There's 319 left in the first quarter. 6 plays? This first quarter has flown by. Yeah, man, we can't have Denzel that wide open. That isn't going to work. .249 left, and we got a whistle. Okay, these guys now got 2 false starts in their stadium, where we're supposed to have a false start. This is amazing. We are on pace to have 1 possession in the entire first quarter. My thought was, if this is a game with limited possessions, Ohio State wins pretty comfortably, because Washington's going to need a high-scoring game to win this thing. But they have kept our offense off the field. Another completion and a first down. Washington threatening to score. And this is not something that we should be surprised about at all. They're going to score points. We just need to score points. We have a superior offense. We have a superior defense. Inside the 5 they go. Here we go. Nancy's not allowed to watch the games with the family. She'll just watch them with us. Defense isn't looking superior. Look, 2 stops already. This is Washington's 3rd possession. If they can stop, if Washington scores a touchdown on 1 out of 3 possessions, Ohio State rolls this. They have been on the field the entire first quarter. The Ohio State offense has run 6 plays. Matter of fact, let me pull up our stats here, see how many plays. Huskies from the 3. 32. Another false start. Ooh, that could be huge. Nine plays. Ohio State ran 9 plays on that possession. Coleman, tackle for loss. Caden Curry, again. Kenyatta there to help him. Caden Curry continues with his monster year, picking up where he left off. Guy is so good. Yeah. Anybody else, I think Coleman gets out there. Coleman squirts out. Absolute menace. All right. End of the first quarter, 0-0. I certainly was not expecting that. How about you guys? Honestly, the Buckeyes should have scored that first possession. Probably should have scored twice by now. Should probably be 14-0. It's 0-0, and they got the ball inside the 10. Had a feeling getting inside the 5 and not into the end zone was going to hurt the Huskies. We shall see. Andy says, Curry's been around a long while. This better be his year. Hey, he was blocked out, though, right? He didn't really have an opportunity. I'm just happy the dude stayed. And he actually talked about that Wednesday at his press conference at the media availability. A lot of guys left. A lot of guys would have left in his situation. And I'm not one to be like, look, this guy could have left and he didn't. But it is cool when you look at the situation where he was just seemingly blocked out for so long. And then Jack and JT come back, and it's like, and that had to suck being in his situation. Like, sure, you want to be a part of a team with an opportunity to win a national championship, and it's definitely good for the team. But once again, I'm just playing spot duty, and I've been here this long. Well, he wasn't this good last year. So he bursts onto the scene this year, and he's just going to own things. What if I told you Washington was going to have 10 first quarter penalties? Would you have believed that we were going to be losing? I'm with Dave here, my old buddy Dave. I'm confident that we can lean on the line in the run game and run the football. I totally agree. We can run this football. We showed it in our single possession in the first quarter. But if we're being honest here, this is the exact recipe that Washington could win this game, and this is the only way. Turnovers, stopping ourselves inside the red zone, not capitalizing on opportunities like penalties. Like, they're trying to shoot themselves in the foot here. They've played crap football. Yeah, the offense is certainly well rested. I can't recall. Cannot recall a first quarter where we've only seen one possession out of the offense for a while. No, he doesn't run big. He doesn't. I mean, he runs tall. I just want the damn ball back, man. Here we go. Back from commercial. 3rd and goal from the 10. If the Bucks can hold them to 3 here, it's a huge win. That means in 3 possessions, these guys only scored 3 points. Here we go. Get him, Bo. Come on, Valley. You can't get by A8. TFL. I guess technically a sack. Beautiful. Listen, that is exactly what I was talking about. He did not think Arvell was going to be able to stop. He did not think Arvell was going to be able to catch him there. He didn't. He's got a big adjustment to make. He's never faced an athlete like he's seeing today. Absolute beast. No, he's not going to out juke Reese. Here we go. Bucks down 3-0. Yeah, they're going to let us have the ball now. And we're about to go up 7-3 and never look back. Can I just say something? I like the stadium. I think it's cool. I find it a little disingenuous with these fans bragging about how loud it is when you see these massive roofs here, these metal roofs that clearly that's why it's so loud. Like, not that, I mean, it's sure credit to them, but if that's the thing you're beating your chest about and you have it engineered to do so, but other folks don't, I don't know. It just seems a little disingenuous. Here we go. 5-play, 75-yard drive. That siren is annoying, Andy. Yeah, I'd like to see a quick strike, but I also kind of want to keep this run game going. I want to keep this run game. Keep them on their heels, beat them up. I don't know, man. There's part of me that would love to see a shootout because I think we're going to smoke these guys. The Ohio State defense has done quite well. If we go to, let's see. Washington went 3 plays for 8 yards in their first, 5 plays for 6 yards in their second. And then in their third, a field goal. So 3 possessions, they're averaging 1 point a possession. And honestly, that's what I expected. Yeah, I think Bo is going to get this. He's going to get this series. Chad, why are you saying I cursed Ennis? What did I do? CJ Donaldson was added to this roster for one reason. He has now been stood up by one player in the red zone 2 weeks in a row. Unacceptable. Yeah, I agree. That's a good point, BC. Need a long drive to let the defense rest. Yeah. Lorenzo Styles, is he deep? He was deep. Lorenzo and Bo. Haven't seen a kickoff returned in a while. Yeah, Dave, there are lots of Buckeyes out there. Did they lose? I totally lost track, Adam. Did USC lose? All right, here we go, baby. Buckeyes' second possession will start at the 25, down 3-0. Got the proper running back in the game here on possession number 2. Look at that pile move. That is a physical runner. CJ Donaldson, just 5 or 6 pounds heavier than Bo Jackson. Clearly has a much better feel for how to run physically. Julian saying, looking calm, cool, and collected. 2nd and 6 for the Buckeyes. We'll go straight back to Bo. And Bo, get us an inch from a first down here. Hey, I like that guy's get up. He's got the ultimate warrior Buckeye face. I should do that one day. All right, 3rd and short coming up here. And they put Donaldson back in the game. They've not learned the lesson here. And he almost doesn't get it. I mean, this. And now they take Donaldson out of the game. So they literally put this guy in to do what Bo just did. Oh my God, dude. I don't get it. Here we go. First down. Bo back in the game. The ball will go to him. Look at that. Took 5 guys to bring him down, but the defense all over that one, right side of the offensive line. My man Philip Daniels could have done a little better there. 2nd and 9. Maybe we could see Julian throw the ball a little bit. He'll line up in the gun with James Peoples back there now. Figured it was going to be Bo's series. Instead, we'll throw it to Peoples, and he'll go down immediately on first contact. This is feeling like the Texas game plan. Pretty frustrating here. Yeah. I mean, it is just the second series. Tough to be able to say. But yes, it has been so far for sure. Saying sees something he doesn't like. 4 seconds left. Bad throw. He skipped it. That is that's one of Julian's first poor throws of the year, really. Skipped it in there. As they listen. You need to work in a third receiver here. You need to work in Ennis. You need to work in Max Clare. This is the time to do it. This is the game to do it. I'm slightly nervous about, are they going to try this scared play calling all day here? Because they're not giving him a chance to get in any kind of rhythm, and that's real clear. I mean, he is clearly not feeling it if he's missing that. Johnny thinks this will look like the Texas game. I mean, this is the Oregon fan. The Oregon fan is asking why they haven't thrown it to the two best receivers in college football yet. Yeah. Hartline is he's going to get crushed if they don't open this up a little here. I mean, forget about downfield. Throw it at all. All right, we got a big prediction here as Sean thinks Caleb Downs will have the first touchdown of the game. Got to make sure to note that just in case he hits on that. What else is going on in the world of college football? A&M is up 7-0 on Auburn. LSU up 7-3, still in the first quarter against Ole Miss from Vaught Hemingway. I'm rooting for Ole Miss in that one. I really want to see Ole Miss knock LSU out of number 4. Jackson Arnold just hit a pass that they're letting him throw the ball. That guy sucks. Dylan says this is a Ryan Day game plan. He hasn't changed one bit. Is it Hartline or Day? Looking like Day. I didn't think we were going to see this, guys, but I'm trying to say, look, it is just 2 possessions, but yeah, I feel what you're saying here. I did not think we were going to see this. It's not even very loud up there. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go 3 and out. Spanked in the Ryder Cup. That's what's going on in the world of sports. Total yards 117 to 60. Washington leading. That's crazy. Here we go. First down, and it's a run all the way, and he'll get 6 yards. You got it's funny seeing these 65-year-old white dudes throw up the W. It just doesn't look right to me. Here we go on second. He'll roll. He's running all the way, and he juked Kenyatta out of his shoes. He'll pick up 7 and a first down. Does Demon Williams. Woody says, trust what they do, not what they say. Day doesn't trust saying, pretty clear at this point. Well, he could have helped his cause there if he would have hit Innis. First down. And I don't know who that running back is. Oh, that's one of the wide receivers there. They'll get about 5 yards here. Moving the ball at will, starting off this series here. The Heward boys. Brock Heward is a really good announcer. I hate his voice. Brings some really good analysis, though. 2nd and 4 for the Huskies. And there is a completion and a missed tackle. We'll give him an extra 14 yards and a first down. Lorenzo Styles. Dude. Oh, he's down. He's down. Lorenzo just got off. Lorenzo just got saved. Lorenzo got so saved, man. What's he looking at? You see the close-up on his eyes? Lorenzo's looking off to the way past the sideline there. .835 in the second. I mean, we've had 2 possessions. 2! This is crazy. Third and 2. They're going to swing it out. Complete and stopped short, but they are in go for it zone here. It'll be 4th and less than a yard, just short of the 50. Beautiful tackle by Caleb. Danielson doesn't think they're going for this. They're going for this. Here we go. And they will get it and then some. Peyton Pierce with the tackle at the 44 of Ohio State. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. 7:35 now left in the first. And if they go up 10-0 on this possession, that would sure be something. Complete. Damon Williams is the accuracy king in this game. How about that? Sonny Styles takes a ride for 3 yards on Adam Muhammad's back there on first down. Getting a little sour. Getting a little sour here. This is there we go, baby. Kenyatta. Like to see him get involved. Can we not play trestle ball, please? This really does feel like I'm taking a trip back in time. This feels like I'm taking a trip back in time. Kenyatta with a great play there. We needed that. Got to hold him to 3 here. 3rd and 9. Here we go. Valley's coming. Yes. Adam Muhammad will catch it and slip down. And here comes another field goal attempt for the Huskies to try to make it 6-0 and give the Buckeyes the ball back for just their 3rd possession of the half, which is insanity because it might be the last. $45-yarder. Bro. My man's ruined the play for me. Listen, here's how this works in here. I get and I click back 5 seconds. You got to sync with me or you can't throw it in the chat ahead of me. That was hilarious, though. They gave up. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's not the right call. But if you're trying to win against number one, I agree with trying to pull some crazy stuff like this. They know they're outmatched here. You know what I mean? They know they're outmatched, and they know Ohio State's been beating themselves to this point. So take advantage of it. I'm kind of with you. KJ's ready to see 4 and 5 wide and let this puppy fly. Here we go now. It is 3-0. Listen, I feel fine. I feel fine, don't you? Like, honestly, that is now 4 offensive possessions Washington has had. And in 4 offensive possessions, they have 3 points. This is an offense that just scored 59 the last 2 weeks. So, yeah, they've gotten some yards. We expected that. In 4 possessions, they've got 3 flipping points. And our offense has let them off the hook. And you had the Ennis fumble. I feel great. Listen, they should go down and score right now immediately. And this second half is just going to be owned by Ohio State at this point. That's how I feel. Yeah, here we go. Where's my guy here, Zach? Zach Brown. Red Zone D is carrying. They can have all the fun they want in between the 20s. I just want the damn ball back. Oh, listen to Zach. Zach says, can't wait to lose this game. We left everything in Columbus. Can't tackle. Don't have ball security. Nothing. Run 4 times in a row for what? My man's. That's not happening. Here comes a touchdown right now. And I'm with Taryn here. Heartline does need to wake up. They cannot go 3 and out. Give the damn ball back right away here. All right, here we go. Buckeyes possession number 3. Bo Jackson in the game as he should be. Sand's going to throw on first down. He'll roll, hit Bo. Hey, 5-yard gain there. Hey, those are the kind of throws that are going to get Julian feeling the juice, feeling the flow. I'm good with that. Get him moving, get him flushed out of the pocket. Get his blood flowing here. And you didn't run on first down, which I like. So 2nd and 5. He's going to flip it out there. I can't even see who that is in the sun. Wow. Brandon looked quick right there, guys. First down for the Buckeyes. BI fired up, ready to make up for it, make up for the fumble. And he had some juice on that. Nobody can deny that. Don't deny. Look, tell me that dude don't got juice. That's juice right there. Here we go, BI. How about you push the ball down the field? Oh, look at the towel hanging down, Bo. Oh, I love it, man. He's so hard. We're going to throw it again. Julian looking downfield, did not have it. He'll throw it away. It was almost like it was set up for a screen with the jailbreak rush that came through, or did everybody just screw up there? Come on, Luke. Montgomery just got handled there and got Julian smacked. Hit his head on the turf and everything. This sun is something here, isn't it? Here we go. There's a ball and a catch by JJ. It'll be 3rd and 1. 3 minutes left in the half on possession number 3 for the Buckeyes. And they'll have the ball just across the 50 here. What's he irritated about? Julian's irritated about something. What did I miss? Don't be disappointed. Touchdown's coming here, Emily. The rollout, the completion for first down to BI. Boom! He took it to him. Yeah, he's fired up. That's our boy. I'm telling you, they got to get him involved. Got to. That was one of the 10 questions of the week coming in. Is this the BI game? And I think it is. Bo, do you see that? Bo that's how you run the ball physically. Got below that guy's pad level, steamrolled him, and got another 3 yards. Look at this. Boom. No, sir. Give me my 3. See how he stayed up on his feet? CJ Donaldson had gone straight down. Straight down. This is not even close. If they bring CJ in to run short yardage again, I'm going to lose my mind. What's up, E? Utah bouncing back 21-0 on West Virginia after that loss to Texas Tech. A&M up 7-3. 1st and goal for A&M. These games are behind us. There's still 12 minutes left in the LSU Ole Miss game. LSU up 7-3. Second and goal for A&M, up 7-3 from College Station. An Auburn upset would be pretty cool to see them get pumped out. Is Tennessee struggling, Terry? I missed this score. Bucks by 50's 7-week-old son screaming at Heartline to let him throw it downfield. I think they've done a really good job covering. Oh, we got a bad injury. That sucks. I got the dogs, baby. I got the dogs. They're down 7-3, Terry. Mississippi State they're playing? I didn't even that wasn't even my preview this week because it's like, why even talk about that game? That's pathetic. Here we go, 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard run by Bo Jackson. In the pistol, Will Kazmarek. Back to Bo. And physical run keeps his feet another 8 yards. This is so not close. I don't know how we have gone this long. Whatever. If you don't see it after this game, the difference. The one touch Peoples had, he went down on first contact. Donaldson can't run it in situations like this. He goes down on first contact, and Bo just continually turns it into 6 and 7 yard gains. Man, back to Bo again. They'll cut his legs out. It'll be 2nd down. But that was kind of a down right there. I would have liked to see him throw the ball. All right, Bo is convinced. Bo has convinced our girl here. What is 67? Woody says, I'm ready for Dylan's question today on what Bo isn't doing in practice. Now, there's someone who pays attention. So Dylan set this up, and he talked to us about it that he asked Day at the press conference. Criminies, I forget what he said. But he was setting it up. And he basically said, so I asked him that to make sure now, then I could say later on, if Bo wasn't getting the carries, what is he not doing in practice? But apparently Woody's remembers it better than me. It was on my show. That's pretty poor of me. Emily said, Juckeye must have missed it on the last show. Who do you want versus who do you think will win between Penn State and Oregon? Okay, I want Oregon to win because I don't think Oregon has an opportunity really to miss the playoffs, even if they lose this game. But if Penn State loses to Oregon, they got to come play us at Ohio State. And that's 2 losses. And then Indiana goes into Penn State. And that game, Indiana goes in there, could potentially knock them out of the playoffs in a year. They're supposed to win the national championship. So that to me is just like setting up the most drama, which I would love. If Oregon loses this game, they've got USC and Indiana as their 2 tough games left. And all they got to do is split those 2 games. They're in the playoffs. So Oregon and actually Oregon. Well, I want them to win, and I think they'll win. Yeah, I'm with you guys on these commercials. This is pretty ridiculous here. Here we go. We are back. That's a good point. If we win, I'm not going to be mad about that. If Ohio State and Penn State wins, it'll be a 1-2 matchup. Here's the thing, though. Again, this is like resume stuff. That's always cool, but it used to mean something back in the day. As far as resume stuff anymore, I'm just not concerned. You can lose 2 games and you're still in. Penn State can't fake their way through this season. They're going to have to earn it. In the pistol again on 2nd and 8. And back to Bo. We can't throw the ball, apparently. We're not going to throw it. 2-yard gain. Terrible block by Tegra there. Get him out. Put on Yanwin. Timeout by Washington. 1:14 left. Yeah, Tegra just killed that play. So we'll come back from another commercial here for 3rd down. Ryan thinks Tegra and Lorenzo need to regroup on the bench for a while. I don't think I can argue with that anymore. Texas game plan. Yeah, that was the down to throw the damn ball right there. Last week against Ohio, you come out of there. All right, is there a red zone issue? And you're going to come out of here if they don't score a touchdown here. 0 for 2, 0 for 2 in the red zone in the first half of this game. And I'm still going to say I don't think there's a red zone issue. This was 100% play calling. This is just being way too conservative. I really didn't think they were going to turtle up like this. I wasn't expecting this at all. I thought we were going to see. I just felt like, look, I know it's good to be like responsible and stuff, and but when you're just so much better. Like the Ohio State offense is so much better than this defense. They should be taking it to these guys. I just watched Washington State's quarterback light them up for 277 with 70% completion percentage and a couple of touchdowns. And Washington State is horrible. And I just don't get it. Julian Sain's been averaging 11 yards per target, or average depth of target. It's probably like 6 today, if not lower. Here we go on 3rd and 6 for a big one with 1:14 left in the half, and the Bucks down 3-0. Another opportunity in the red zone. Oh, damn. It'll be 3rd and 11 now. False start. False start Tegra after he was just responsible for getting Bo tackled for 2 yards. They come in bunches with Tegra. Third and 11. Here we go. Julian drops back. Free runner. Complete to JJ. Touchdown, JJ. Touchdown JJ, and again, I still our average depth of target here is that was like a 2-yard pass, but a really nice setup play. But his legs just look crazy when he's running. Crazy legs, JJ. And the Bucks now up 7-3. In Ohio State's 3 possessions, they've scored 7 points. In Washington's, they've scored Washington's 4 possessions, they've scored 3. And now they are 1 for 2. I should be logging this. The Buckeyes 1 for 2 in the red zone now in the first half. And Washington is about to get their 5th possession in the first half. 5th offensive possessions in the first half to Ohio State's 3 possessions that they had because of the Ennis fumble on the punt. Be interesting to see these halftime stats here. Currently, Julian Sayin is 7 of 10 for 63 yards, average of 6.3. Jeremiah Smith with 3 receptions, Brandon Ennis with 2, Bo and Peoples each with 1. You got this big? This is the big physical back here. Just took it out to the 40, man. Are you kidding me? We talked about the goals. This dude's a big horse, man. That's pathetic. And Fielding went in and went straight head to head with him. I love it. That's Laurinaitis's crew. Damon Williams complete. Caden Curry 5 yards downfield making the tackle. 50 seconds. And their left tackle is hurt, and he looks hurt. See what happened to him. He's on a double team. Ooh. Caden McDonald into his leg. Nah, he's all right. Walk it off. He's going to walk it off. All right, good for him. Yeah, E, that was a good play call on the touchdown. They sucked him in there. Am I behind, Eric? Did I? Oh, okay. So I clicked back when there was a commercial to look at Tegra and his bad block, and I forgot to go back forward. Yeah, OSU games are the fastest games of the week. They're also playing of 136 Division I teams so far, the slowest in the country, which I just despise. Yes! Caden Curry with a big sack, and that'll end any chance that Washington has to score. Caden Curry, dude, what a dog. Caden Curry, defensive MVP at this point to me, not of the game, of the season. And that'll be it here. As the clock down, 8 seconds. Buckeyes will go into halftime leading 7-3. Yeah, I'm kind of with Danielson here. As Danielson said, you had an opportunity there to potentially grab another field goal there. Could have tried. And here's Ryan Day at halftime. Okay, so Ryan Day got asked two questions. The first one was, are you looking for this offense to be more aggressive? And he basically said, nah. I like the way we finished it off. And then he was asked about the crowd and basically how it's affected. And he answered something that had nothing to do with the question, which he is wanting to do. But there we go. And we will go through a couple of your comments here. And then I'm going to go through the halftime stats. Iowa's beating Indiana, according to Matthew here. We're going to need to check in on that one. I was listening to, and I shared on yesterday's show, Kirk Ferentz's press conference, where he was talking about Indiana, similar to how he talks about Ohio State. And it was just blowing my mind, because the truth is, if you were to pick one team in the Big Ten that could replicate what Iowa has, or what Indiana has done, I think it is Iowa, but it requires getting rid of Kirk Ferentz. Special teams, man. It's always special teams. Let's not forget, we can add in that 50-yard return by their slow back. Which could have led to 3 points, honestly. All right, so how conservative have the Buckeyes really been in that first half of football? All right, 7-3. Passing yards, Ohio State 63, Washington 102. Is that too much? Washington 102. Rushing yards, the Buckeyes 75 to 63. Total yards 165 to 138. Keep in mind, Washington had 5 possessions. Ohio State had 3. That last one was their 5th right there before the end of halftime. Demon Williams is 11 for 12, and then you've got the holder is 0 for 1 on their attempted fake on 4th and, what was that, 4th and 12? They tried to fake that on a 45-yard field goal, and that did not go well for them. Julian Sayans, 7 for 10, 63 yards passing, and that kind of goes to how short the attempts have been, as they have obviously had him in a super conservative game plan. And I hate it. I don't understand why. Bo 8 for 37 with a 12-yard run. CJ 6 for 32 with an 11. No rushes for James Peoples, but he did have a pass reception. JJ, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 33 yards. Brandon Ennis, 3 targets, 2 receptions. Remember, one was that 3rd down where Julian was rolling left and tried to kind of throw off platform and get it in there to him, and he skipped it. So 2 receptions for BI. They were both really good. He looked like he had some juice. The second one, he laid the wood. So 22 yards as he tries to make up for that fumble, which the fumble on the punt return, he literally had it wrapped up with both arms. And one arm got pulled away, and it was just perfect timing as the other guy came in and squirted it out of his left arm there. James Peoples, 1 target, 1 reception, 3 yards. When we look on the other side, you have got a target to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Huskies have a target and a reception. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have multiple targets. And you got a long of 20, 22, 17. So 3 explosive pass plays. That's over 20 yards. And 2 explosive run plays over 10 yards. So a total of 5 explosive plays have been given up to Washington. The Buckeyes have an 18-yarder for JJ, an 11-yarder for Ennis. So 1 explosive play, 2, 3. So 3 explosive plays to 5 explosive plays. All right, so what are our thoughts at halftime, guys? Way too damn conservative on offense, I imagine, is what everybody's going to be feeling here. Joe F doesn't think that the Buckeyes are going to trail again in this one, and I'm with him. Buckeyes get the ball here. Ryan Day wants to win this middle 8. He's going to go down and score. But the entirety of this game plan was, let's not take advantage of the massive advantage we have with our offense against their defense. And let's try and play this really close and win this like Jim Tressel without the exceptional special teams, is what this has felt like so far to me. Yeah, the defense has absolutely been shutting down Denzel Boston here, which is tremendous. Obviously, he's one of the best wide receivers in the country, and they are shutting him down. Brandon Stanley thinks Ryan Day's coaching with a tight one and needs to open it up. So essentially, Bucks Forever says, why aren't we throwing to Claire? It's really like a Claire or Ennis situation. You got to get one of them involved, one or the other. Doesn't matter who it is, but it's got to be a third. Carnell with no receptions on the day. There has been a lot of commercial breaks. I'm with you on that. The defense was tremendous. Despite those 5 explosive plays, they were all between the 20s, and that's fine, whatever. Remember, that's 5 offensive possessions that Illinois had. 5 offensive possessions that Washington had. They scored 3 points in 5 offensive possessions. In the last 2 weeks, they've scored 59 points. If I was to tell you that at halftime, Washington would have 3 points, you would think Ohio State was going to be blowing them out by halftime, I'm sure. It's kind of unconscionable that there are only 7 points on the board for the Buckeyes here. Really. You had, number 1, Donaldson got stood up on the 4th in possession number 1 inside the red zone, which was 4th and a half a yard. So that was terrible. Then you had the Ennis fumble, which took away an entire possession for you. And then you had the 3rd down where Julian skipped it into Ennis, and that never should have been 3rd and long. You're just going to run the ball on 1st and 2nd down. This was one of the questions, and I do 10 questions every week coming into the game, and then we answer them in the post-game show. And one of the questions was, how are we going to say Brian Hartline called this game coming out of it? Aggressive? Super conservative? Are they going to bang their head against the wall and run the ball on first and second down every time, which, always drives everybody insane? And we certainly feel like we've got that. We got the first and second down. We're just going to run on both these downs. And maybe it'll be 3rd and 1. We'll run again. Or maybe it'll be 3rd and 8 because we got a yard on first and second. And then we will have a 3rd and long and be off schedule. And that is exactly how Ryan Day and Brian Hartline right now seem to be content calling this game. I don't understand it. It seems like a lack of trust in Julian. And honestly, I think they did a really good job, and Washington assisted them of shutting this crowd up. This hasn't been like some raucous, really difficult environment right now. Let the kid play, man. That's my thought on it. I also want Ohio State to just pound the hell out of these guys because I know they can, but they're not coaching like they can. That's my thoughts. Special teams, we've got there's a guy that, so one guy for each unit, and then Nate Ebner is helping with all the units. I just saw Ebner at the Woody the other day. Man, that dude it's an impressive dude still. Like, wow. A specimen. Jason says the offense has done pretty well. 3 drives, 1 touchdown, once inside the 5, and then the drive where Sands short hopped the ball. Yeah, they have done pretty well. You'd like to have converted on that other opportunity inside the red zone, at least got some points out of it. But it just feels like they've left a lot out there. It feels like they could have done so much better. And I don't know. The killer here is just having 3 possessions in a half of football. That's terrible. But definitely, if it was 14-3 right now, boy, things would feel a whole lot different. Brandon thinks it's about time to start showcasing Max Clare. Seems like the Michigan game plan all over again. Don't mess up. Our defense will win it. Is that how a lot of you guys are feeling? I feel like that's how a lot of you guys are feeling. To me, this does feel very similar to Texas. And, hey, if you're the coach, this is a really stressful situation for a young quarterback, but it seems to me like Julian Sands had ice in his veins the entire year. Like, I'm letting him open it up a little bit. You're trying to play it conservative and make sure you don't beat yourself with turnovers. You got one of the punt return turnover. Lorenzo's getting a lot of hate in the chat here. What did Lorenzo do, guys? He didn't miss that tackle. Remember, the guy's knee was down. It's getting to the point, Andrew, where he's about the only one you can trust, right? Let downs, return punts. Bucks by 50 thinks Hartline's being held back by Day. I mean, they're coming up with the offensive game plan themselves. As far as, the play calling, the overall philosophy, they're all deciding on that together. Alabama Jones doesn't think Sonny bullied Lorenzo enough growing up. Well, Lorenzo probably bullied him. Lorenzo's the older brother. Oh, man. Dan's been on this for years now. Dan says, I don't like it when Ryan Day calls a game a matchup game, which should be clear. He didn't call this a matchup game. But I said He is treating it like a matchup game, and it's not a matchup game, which made me feel great. I loved that he was treating it like a matchup game because, in my opinion, that meant Ohio State was going to dust the floor with these guys. Unfortunately, he hasn't allowed them to, I don't know, they haven't called an offensive game plan like it's a matchup game. This is certainly not the game plan like Oregon last year. Dave Portnoy had it in the Big Noon pregame. Ryan Day will choke if you play tough. I can't believe they're still letting this guy run around just blatantly talk crap about the schools in the Big Ten. Fox makes me so mad, man. Like, that is the network that covers all the Big Ten games. They are essentially a partner in the Big Ten, and they're employing a guy that is saying that on their airwaves. Like, I saw that clip. It makes me mad. Do you guys have, so I'm on YouTube TV. I don't have the Iowa-Indiana game on here. I'm missing something? Tennessee is losing to Mississippi State 14-10. Ole Miss up 9-7 on LSU. Texas A&M 13-3 against Auburn. Is that on Peacock? Is Iowa, Indiana on Peacock? It might be. Chet, not happy with Day and Heartline, that's for sure. Coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win. Does it every year against Michigan. Jokes aside, Ohio State came out of the gate starting fast. The fumble killed the chance to jump on them early. I think they're giving Washington too much respect. Play like you're number one. That is where I'm feeling there. That's from Alabama Jones. That's where I'm feeling. Dave needs new material. Mitchell called for Iowa to win by 3. It is on Peacock. All right, that's why I'm not seeing it on YouTube TV. I'm certainly not going through the aggravation of pulling up Peacock, which I still have because I haven't canceled it from last year when we ordered it for the Ohio State-Michigan State game. Yeah, Portnoy watched Ohio State beat Michigan for 20 years and can't cope still. So he did talk on Tuesday a little bit about this. Talked about style points in college football and it being the only sport that you have style points, and got to be careful worrying about style points because it'll get you beat. I would contend that it'll also get you beat playing to keep it close when you can put more on them and maybe be a little bit riskier. But I when you play like that, like, what is that? That's trestle ball, right? All right. You're going to play trestle ball. There is a big part of trestle ball that is undeniable. And that is you must win special games or special teams to play like that, or else you are really taking a chance. And Ryan Day's teams, nobody will ever accuse of being good at special teams. And we've already seen today with a 50-yard kick return to their slow back. In addition to that, a fumble. My buddy Eric says Donaldson plays running back like he's 5'8", 195. Disappointing. Yeah. Yeah, Fisherman, this is worse than Trestle Ball because he had better special teams. You have to have special teams to win games like that. You have to. And Ryan Day, never put an emphasis on it. Said he was going to last year, didn't really. And again, I'm not complaining about it because he plays usually a brand of football that makes it, not as consequential, but it's very consequential when you're playing like this. Very consequential. Sue wants to see Carnell Tate involved, not a target in the first half. I'm with Sue. He's been on fire. All right, friends. We are just I don't know how much longer here in halftime, but I'm going to go use the restroom. Please pardon me for just a moment. Here we go. Completion to JJ for 8 yards on 1st and 10. Bucks are in business with the ball, throwing the ball. Take it to him right here. Pop up 14-3, and the route is on. 100 career receptions for JJ. Tied for the quickest with Jackson, huh? Bo in the backfield, the ball go to him, and my gosh. That run play was just abysmal. All right, 3rd and 2. Bring in Donaldson on short yardage, and he gets the first down barely. And it's just, they're not giving up on Donaldson on short yardage. That 2nd down play, the entire right side was just blown up. People's in the ball game now. 1st and 10. Great catch by JJ on a ball that was not too great. And again, have we seen any intermediate throws? Julian Sand is the number one quarterback in the country when it comes to middle of the field, intermediate range. We haven't seen any of that. Here we go now. Tipped and received. Jelani Thurman. There we go. Heady play by Jelani. Great work. First and 10. Do it again. Buckeyes across the 40, and Julian in the middle of the field again. That'll be to Peoples, and he'll get taken down by the first man and thrown backwards. Dude, you got to make the first man miss once in a while. Second and 3. Oh, Julian rolls into trouble. He'll go back to Peoples. What a play by Julian. First down, Bucks. That was a great play. Again, we can't make the first man miss, but whatever, first down. Donaldson back in the game. Carson Hinsman got his warrior paint on. I love that. Him and Philip Daniels do the warrior paint. CJ Donaldson. Oh no. What's the flag? It's about the only thing that kill a drive here. Seeing as we won't throw the ball at all down the field. Look at JJ in on the officials now. Oh, Phil, come on, bro. 15. Philip Daniels with the personal foul. What? Did he do it? Yeah, he sure did. Come on, bro. He plays with an edge, man. I mean, that's why I love him. But you can't do it in that spot. Now, first and 22. Do not just come on. Second and 19. Julian will throw it away. Looked like really poor execution on that left side of the offensive line. Roughing the passer. All right, we get the personal foul back, baby. There we go. Saved by an Uyunglele. Thank you, sir. Was that a weak call? I don't know. It looks like a pretty weak call, but hey, we'll take it. Yeah. We got a gift there, guys. Hey, this pass protection has not been good. That's not a great sign here. What was that? What? Okay. They're still talking about this penalty. I want to see a replay of that pass right there. Miscommunication by JJ and Julian there. Julian immediately looks to the sideline. 2nd and 10, just inside the 20. And he get it to Bo. Making something happen, baby. That is making something happen. 3rd and 3 coming up. Third and 3. Beautiful. Beautiful. Tate to the 1-yard line. Please just leave Bo in the game here. They don't. They bring in Donaldson again. They'll give it to Donaldson and touchdown Bucks. Muscled up on the O-line there. So the Buckeyes get a gift with a personal foul after Philip Daniels got called for a personal foul, which Philip Daniels probably deserved. Uyunglele probably did not deserve his, but that was only on 2nd down. You know, they still might have gotten, never mind. It was 2nd and 18. They probably weren't going to throw the ball down the field there. But Ohio State takes a 14-3 lead. That was their first possession offensively, turnover on downs inside the 10-yard line. Second possession was a punt. Third possession, 10 plays, 73 yards, and a touchdown. And that was possession number 4. So 2 straight touchdown drives. Washington went punt, 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 downs. I'm sorry, punt, punt, field goal, downs, and a half. Julian saying still not been afforded the opportunity to get in any kind of rhythm down the field. And the offensive line, the pass protection has not looked great. And again, something I'm sure we'll talk about a lot in the post-game show and in the next week. This is a defensive line that has gotten a lot of pressure with 4 men. They've been successful at it, but they've gone against some crappy teams. So we're starting to see what translates here. What are they actually good at? What are they not so good at based on the competition when they step up to Ohio State's level? It appears they're able to get some pressure. So is it Ohio State doing a not so good job, or these guys are actually just really good at that? That we'll have to wait till we can rewatch it and really focus on the line. But I wasn't expecting it. I didn't expect Julian would have a real big issue getting time back here to throw the ball. Need a 3 and out. Absolutely. So shots, Andrew. Andrew wants to see one deep ball. I had the over under on shots. Ohio State has averaged 3 shots more than 20 yards down the field. Do you want to know what Julian's saying is on those shots? 9 for 9 this year. 9 for 9. Hasn't missed a single one. Not a single pass 20 yards downfield has been incomplete this year. Which that's kind of what's puzzling to me. Ed says, at what point is Gary Danielson going to get pulled off calling games? His anti-Ohio State rhetoric is so obvious it's nauseating to listen to. This is last year. He's out of there. CBS wants OSU to lose. Well, they want high drama, man. We got number 1, a game with a ton of buildup. They want this puppy to be real close in the fourth quarter. And if Ohio State can get a 3 and out right now and score, it will not be. And it should not be, because these teams aren't close. Here we go. First down. Defense is well rested, and they'll quickly give up a crosser for a first down to Washington. Lorenzo with the tackle there. IGB on the coverage. And Damon Williams, 12 of 13 with 0 rushing yards. Tell me if you expected that in the third quarter. I sure didn't. Coleman busts off 9. And the offensive line blew up in a monster lane for him there. Time alone. Absolutely crushed. Face mask, Buckeyes. Time alone. Wow. And just like that, Washington has the ball at the 30-yard line. Beautiful ball by Williams down to the 10-yard line, inside the 10. Oh, man. Huskies inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line now, just like that. That was quick. And this offense coming to life here. Moving fast. They'll get it to Coleman. He'll bounce it outside. Caleb steps up and drops him for a gain of 2. 2nd and goal from the 6. Flip it out complete. Brought down by Lorenzo Styles for a gain of about 3. Danielson with the Chris Spielman reference. I can't hate him for that's you win the day when you bring up Spielman. So I'm not going to hate him for that anymore. Here we go. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Caden McDonald comes through. It is now 4th and goal from the 10. Washington will be forced to kick. And that was huge. That was so huge, guys. Hell yeah. You know, and this is the big thing, Matt. It was 4-down territory if that didn't happen right there. And they all got there. Arvell was there. Curry was there. And they have still kept this the most prolific offense in the country out of the end zone through 3 quarters. They will. That is the 6th offensive possession. Washington has not scored a touchdown. That's incredible. That is incredible. You know, there's been some frustrating things, but it's all been between the 20s. Yep, the red zone defense has been absolutely elite. It's an 8-point game, and the Buckeyes going to get just their 5th offensive possession of the game. They've had no opportunity to get in any kind of rhythm. They've really not seemed to attempt to get Julian in any kind of a rhythm throwing the ball at all. Let's hope they can change that here. Alex, we got a super chat from Alex. Alex, I apologize so much. I missed this from Alex. He was very irritated before halftime. Ryan Day wasn't calling a timeout to conserve that time. And I was too. I'm with you, buddy. Thank you. I apologize. I didn't see this come in. Joe says, inside the 10-yard line, the defense is the best I've seen in the past 2 years by a mile. That's an Oregon fan there. They only want to play defense inside the red zone. There we go. Oregon fans in the chat. What's the difference between the Huskies and $1? You get 4 quarters out of $1. 3 quarters outside the end zone is tremendous. It's been tight, buddy. I'm with you, Mike. I don't dislike this team. I don't dislike Jed Fish. I've clowned him this week. Because he does sound, I don't know, his voice sounds like he smokes 2 packs a day. But no, I don't mind this team at all. Honestly, I thought I was going to dislike him a lot more because I thought that Damon Williams was going to have like 70 yards rushing this game and it was going to be driving us nuts. Guy's got 0 yards rushing at this point. And let's just pretend for a second that Ohio State scores on that first possession instead of getting stonewalled. It's 21-6 right now, and everything feels a whole lot different. Or BI doesn't fumble. These white Ohio State uniforms are just gorgeous, man. They're just beautiful. Here we go. Julian Sands swings it out complete to BI, and BI making something happen. Two-man miss, 12-yard gain. His third possession of the day. Hey, he looks like he's got the juice today. And remember, that was a good punt until he fumbled. If it weren't for that, this would be his best game of his career. Ball down the field. Incomplete for Carnell. And that was the first time, but they won't let him throw it in the middle of the field, which is where he is the most lethal. And we talked about this going into the game, what Danielson just brought up. It's a true freshman. These guys got lit up by Washington State throwing the ball. Great catch. Great throw on the run. That's NFL quarterback receiver right there. That was beautiful. Carnell both feet in. Extends. Top-notch stuff by Julian right there. Look at him point to Carnell after he catches that. My man. All right, Bucks at midfield. It's coming. Sand gonna run it, and he'll get about a yard. Everything about Julian looks a lot more confident. He's kind of walking with a little bit of a swagger. I like it. All right, here we go. Pitch to Bo. There's a little lane there. Oh, 12-yard gainer by Bo. Bo gets so skinny when he's moving. I love it. Yep, Mylan's in there. Max Clare. Here we go. 8-yard gain. Mylan Graham appearance. They've not been forced to throw the ball down the field. I just hate the way that even sounds. Here we go to Carnell, complete. Down to the 20. And that'll be the end of the third. Buckeyes will take a 14-6 lead into the fourth quarter at the 20-yard line. Here we go. Fourth quarter. And now Julian is up to 19 for 24 for 167 yards. Average of 7 yards. Rushing as a team, 4.5 yards a carry for a total of 100 yards for the team. And that is just between Bo and CJ Donaldson, as it's clear that James Peoples has been, they've decided, at least this game, he is number 3 on this depth chart. He doesn't have a single carry, though he does have 3 receptions. So we're going to use him as the receiving back. Donaldson is the goal line back. Bo's got 11 carries to Donaldson's 9. And again, we'll talk about all this in the post game, and I'm sure this week it's cool to have a role for everybody, but if Peoples can't make that first guy miss once in a while, like that's just not the role for him. On the other side, Damon Williams, 14 of 15. He's pushed the ball down the field a bit. He's almost at 10 yards per reception, 146 yards. Jonah Coleman with 11 carries now for 65. But as a team, Ohio State has held them to 3.1 yards a carry, just 69 yards, which is really impressive stuff. Jeremiah Smith is up to 7 receptions. That is the quietest 7 receptions I've ever seen. Certainly wouldn't have guessed that. 7 receptions for 62 yards. Brandon Ennis, 3 for 34 yards. Carnell Tate, 3 for 33. James Peoples, 3 for 16. And Jelani Thurman, Max Clare, and Bo, each with 1. Caden Curry leads the team in tackles with 6. That's wild. Caden Curry, Sonny Styles, both with 6 tackles. Caden McDonald with 5 tackles. Arvell with 5. IGB with 5. Lorenzo with 4. Caleb with 2. And I am curious to see the snap count, but it feels to me like I haven't seen much Will Smith Jr. at all. Seen a ton of time alone. And very, very little Edric Houston, who is in a bit of a slump. Buckeyes have been credited with 3 sacks so far. 1 for Curry, 1 for K-Mac, and 1 for Kenyatta. I believe that's Kenyatta's first sack of the season. And that's great. Good for him. I was just talking about him with my brother. Jed Fish. This guy's voice, man. Yeah, we got to score a touchdown. Saying, drops back. What? I guess it was intended for Max Clare, he says. I don't know what happened there. Oh, Phil Daniels with another. That's 25 yards and penalties on Phil. Unacceptable, man. You are on the road. Yeah, he sure did. First and 20. We give the ball to. What are we doing here? 2nd and 17. Just ran the ball on 1st and 20. James Peoples in between the tackles. Bo Jackson back in the game. Julian got some heat, man. 2 really horrific throws on this series. But why don't you run it? Third and 17. This would be a 47-yarder from here. They got to get some yards. Now we're going to run it. Go. Go. He'll get him safely into field goal range. And honestly, I think that was there the play before. Look at him run. Yeah, man. That dude's got wheels. He can run. 34-yarder. Where's my brother Ron James, man? Where's Ronnie when I need him? Dead nuts fielding, who tackled Adam Muhammad, the 235-pound back, head to head, and now, fantastic. Yeah, see, listen, I'm telling you, he's got it. He's got it. I'm glad that everybody got to see it right there. He's got it. I want to go back to 2nd down, though. So 2nd and 17. Nah, never mind. Never mind. He didn't really have a lane. I thought he had a lane at first. But no, Julian did a great job there on 3rd down. That 1st down pass was pretty bad. Not saying it's fault per se. Awful 1st down call was baffling. I got it in my notes, bro. 1st and 20. Looked like a little delayed handoff to the absolute wrong back up the middle. And like it's quite honest, man. I don't mean to hate on him. Peoples can't make a guy miss. And he's certainly not the guy to be running inside. He's been a real letdown. It's just, I don't know how else to say it. The difference between him and Bo when the ball's in their hands is a lot of difference. Checking in on the other games here, as Eli says, Ole Miss up on LSU. What do we got here? Utah has steamrolled Rich Rod in West Virginia. It is 13-3 down at College Station with Texas A&M still up. Ole Miss 17-7 at halftime over LSU, trying to knock off the number 4 team in the country. And Indiana and Iowa are tied at 10 in the 3rd with 152, which, I mean, should I pull that sucker up on my phone here on Peacock? Do I got Peacock on the phone? We might have to start keeping track of that game, guys. Because remember, Indiana still has to play Oregon and Penn State. If they lose to Iowa, they could have a real issue. All right, it's up on my phone now. I didn't realize I had Peacock, so we'll track that one too. see how that's going, because that's kind of a big deal here in the Big Ten for us. Yeah, Tegra and Daniels, this is their worst game by far. And I'm with Dave as well. Sean wishes we had Haynes. Haynes can bust him off. Bo can bust him off. I mean, they just need to look. Bo is the back that Haynes is, honestly. We just need to quit playing around here. I don't know if it's the separation between these backs is very big. And I'll be really, really honest. Isaiah West is the second best back on this team. And I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year, he was the guy getting, passing Donaldson or Peoples up on this depth chart. Didn't you do a video 6 months ago about how Peoples average like 4 yards a carry and that he doesn't have it? I did. I did do that video, and I did say that, and everybody crushed me for it, BC. I did. Andy, it's not a sophomore slump. Suey was as a freshman. Nobody wanted to believe it. What is it that makes you think he was attached to Alfred? Chad? What's the relationship with Alfred? Andy's hoping for a lot more commercials. I feel like we've had a ton of time to talk because of all the commercials. Mitchell, I got it on now. Talking about the Indiana-Iowa game. Indiana's O-line has held on every single play of the game and has only been called once. Going to live stream Oregon and Penn State too. I don't think my audience wants to see that, brother. We got a lot of Buckeyes in here, man. Whole lot of Buckeyes. Appreciate you guys for joining me. This is a lot more fun watching with the crew. Hey, Juck on Bucks, will you do a live? I'll tell you what, this is what I'll do. If it's close and at halftime, I'll come on for the second half. But that would be like 6 straight hours or more. And that's sounds like a lot of talking. The Golden Pipes need a rest every now and again. Also, my nephew's over, and I do want to go hang out with him for a little bit. My nephew Blake is over. Nephew Blake, my son Austin in town from Charlotte, just came into town last night. He's got a bachelor party, though, and I'm not sure when he's going to be leaving. Okay, Chad. Boom. Coleman stopped for 4. Big time. It'll be 3rd down here. Chad said that Haynes talked about this with Alfred. I didn't see that. Thanks, Chad. Brightview says, I swear to God, you would have to be blind if you didn't see Peoples didn't have it last year. Blight, I got to tell you, buddy, there was a whole lot of pushback on that one, a whole lot. And that's understandable. It's wishful thinking, right? Slant first down. You never want to believe that. You never want to believe that about your guys. We can only get a great running back every 3 to 4 years, Juck. It's the rules. Here goes Demon. Here goes Demon. Hey, great play. Will Smith tripped him up from behind on the shoestring tackle. And just on cue, as I just brought him up, Will Smith has been the second best tackle performance-wise on the team this year. And I am so proud and happy as someone who watched this dude's dad dominate, and I love this. Great play by Will Smith Jr. 2nd and 8 for the Huskies, and there's a big old lane. Very sure tackle by IGB. Great stuff. All right, third down again. Third and 3, 10:40 in the fourth quarter. Bucks up 17-6. Here we go. Oh, yes! Caden Curry just ate that. What's the flag? It's not a face mask, if that's what he's trying to think. A clothesline tackle. That's not a fucking... Sorry, guys. Edric! What did he do? You got to be kidding me. Edric threw a punch? Dude, you got to be kidding me. Houston barely played all day. Barely played all day because he's played so bad against Ohio. He was terrible. He comes in, and on a huge stop, the Buckeyes could have just ended the game right there. He gets a personal foul for throwing a punch. That's just disgusting. Buckeyes defense playing their butt off. 3rd and 2 again. And they're clearly in 4-down territory here at the 50-yard line. Yeah! K-Mac all up on him. And that'll be harmlessly incomplete. 4th and 2. Yeah, IGB fired up as he should be, dude. Don't give me that handsy crap. Ball's 5 yards out of bounds. $8:50 left in the game, and this feels like the game if the Buckeyes can stop them here. They're heavy. Buckeyes in the diamond front. They're going to try to run it with Williams. Yeah! K-Mac, baby. Unbelievable. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. He almost twinkle-toed his way out of there, didn't he? I thought he was going to keep his feet for a second. IGB was there to get him anyway. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so sad. And Iowa over here doing the damn thing against Indiana. Hey, look, he is increasing as we speak. Iowa throwing the ball down the field for a first down as we start the fourth quarter 10-10, and Iowa crosses midfield. Oh, no, John. Listen, Edric made that so much more difficult than it needed to be right there. Now let's go score a touchdown. K-Mac is so much more jacked than last year. He really is. J-Buck says Indiana's overrated. I can tell you this, if they lose to Iowa, they're going to need to beat Penn State and Oregon to make the playoffs. That's a tall task, buddy. Is it officially time to worry about Edric? He's been flat out bad this season. No, I still don't think it's time to worry about him. You know, but it's been bad. It's been, there's no doubt about it. I pulled up the clips from the Ohio game. It was bad. But this is disgusting. I'm with you, Shane. They are pretty good. Without a doubt, a top 25 team. Hey, let's all like the stream, why don't we? That'll be fun. Here we go. The ball across midfield to start. Pitch to Bo in a big old lane. Oh, Bo got lit up. Still went forward 2 yards. And that's a powerful back right there. This defense is still only giving up 2 touchdowns on the year, right? Yeah, 2 touchdowns on the year. Washington, the most prolific offense in the country. I heard about them all week. It's bad, E. It's bad. It'll definitely be a conversation point this week. Second down, Julian going to throw. Pressure coming. Beautiful. Did he get in? Beautiful ball to Max Clare as he inbounds. That was really close. Wow, that was gorgeous. He's in. Yes. Beautiful throw. Beautiful throw. Donaldson back in the game. Donaldson to get the ball in the reverse. Carno on the reverse. 8-yard gain. Inside the 20 go the Buckeyes. And here we go. Another trip down to the red zone. To Bo for the first down. To the 13. That's right. I forgot to even bring this up, Doozy. Yeah, Washington with the 22-game home winning streak. From the 13-yard line, Julian's going to throw it. Pressure coming. Don't take that sack. He took the sack. Damn. Washington will take a timeout. End of 3. It is 13-3 in College Station. Texas A&M up on Auburn. Ole Miss is up on LSU 17-7. LSU, the number 4 team in the country. I don't think they're that good. Love to see Ole Miss finish them off. Iowa scored a field goal. So they are up 13-10 on Indiana with 12 minutes left in the fourth. Tennessee and Mississippi State are tied at 17 at half. Julian saying 20 for 26 for 185. Boy, the shadows are something in this stadium, aren't they? The most accurate passer in the country coming in today, and 20 for 26. Somebody help me with the math on that. That's going to lower his average, but we'll give it to Bo for nothing there. And this will be another unsuccessful red zone trip, most likely, as far as touchdowns go. So, going to come out of this game not really helping the average there. Still almost 80%. Hell yeah. Yeah, these media timeouts have seemed really insane here. Lane opens up for Bo. Man, I think he's 1 yard short, and that sucks. What a beautiful lane they opened up for him. But a half a yard short. This is exactly the same spot where Julian was a half a yard short. Oh, they could first down? Hell yeah. Under review. Dude, this one's going to get called back too, I think. I can't believe we're going to get 2 of these called back. Unbelievable. I mean, it's a 2-score game right now. So it's either you're up by 11 or you're up by 14. You make it 14, then they need 2 touchdowns just to tie it up. If you don't make it 14, 2 touchdowns wins it. This guy. I hate this guy. I hate this umpire. Day's going for this? Man, I thought for sure he was kicking the field goal here. They're going to let Bo get a shot now, or are we going to have Donaldson again? Whoa, they're going tush push here. Or they're going to try and draw him off sides. They're not going for it. They're going for it. What? What? Yeah! Yeah! You think so, buddy? He said it's probably the ball game. How smooth was that? Cool. Ice in his veins, this kid. Ice in his veins. These idiots calling for an upset all day. All week I had to listen to this. This team was so overvalued. They're good, but honestly, if the Buckeyes had opened this up a bit, Covered no matter what. Yeah. Sure is, Cook. He's cold. All the upset chatter all week long. It was like a virus. It even spread through Ohio State folk. It was a virus, man. Everybody caught it. This game was tougher than Texas, I heard the other day. Even losing the turnover battle. This is the thing. I mean, double digit. I just want to keep him out of the end zone. All right, my man E was not buying it. He was not buying that Ohio State was not going to handle business here in the proper fashion, which they did. Yeah, I understand they won't let's say and throw it over the middle, but I wish they would. I mean, he is the most accurate in the country over the middle. That's his sweet spot there. It's not only possible that is what he's doing. They are the slowest playing team in the country right now. Same thing he did last year. Which whatever. I hate it. I want to see more possessions and more football. Adam doesn't think we will get any respect still. The media will say Washington wasn't even ranked. No doubt about that. I wrote that in an article just the other day. The amount of disrespect Ohio State was getting heading into this game. And then after the game, when Ohio State covers, they're going to say Washington wasn't good. But listen, this team was averaging 59 points a game coming into this thing, last two games. 59 points. They have 6 points with 4 minutes left in the fourth. Ooh! Aaron Scott Jr. lit him up. Beauty. That was a beauty. (13-13) from Iowa City. 9 minutes left. Incomplete on first down. Yeah, Eric, I thought they would play playoff style football today, but it did feel like they were very limiting themselves here. Oh, Joe, for sure. The disrespect is a good thing. It is just annoying as an Ohio State fan when I look at the benefit of the doubt. So I went through every single line for Georgia in 2023. Georgia obviously won the national championship in 2022. In 2023, they, similar to Ohio State, new offensive coordinator, turned over the entire roster, but the benefit of the doubt was given to them so much so that they weren't a single-digit favorite the entire year. They played 3 ranked opponents. They were double-digit favorites the entire year. And here's Ohio State playing an unranked team in the similar situation and, 8.5-point faves. Adam says they don't really deserve it after this showing. I wouldn't be surprised to see them drop a little bit. If we see, I mean, obviously, if Oregon beats Penn State at Penn State, then they're probably number one. You could probably make an argument for Penn State. I would say no, though. I would still vote Ohio State number one. But if Oregon won in Happy Valley in a whiteout, wouldn't surprise me one bit. And it, wouldn't matter. We get to play. Is Patricia the best hire ever after losing the number one coordinator? I would say so. Let's check in on Iowa, Indiana. Let me check, Matt. Caden Curry does. Caden Curry does, in fact, have 3 sacks and 5 tackles for loss. MVP. As they give it to Bo for 3 up the middle with 3 minutes left. Caden McDonald now has 7 tackles, but look at this stat line, guys. Caden Curry has 11 tackles to lead the team. 9 of them are solo. 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. Insane. Caden McDonald, the second leading tackler on the team, with 7 total, 4 solo, and 2 sacks with 3 tackles for loss. And these two have just dominated this year, led this defense. The Buckeyes have 6 total sacks on the day. Kenyatta Jackson has 1 as well. Nine tackles for loss on the day. Julian Sayin been sacked just once. Buckeyes lost the turnover battle with that fumble by Brandon Ennis after a 32-yard return. It was looking so great. And as far as snaps, Tywone Malone Jr. seemed to play a whole lot. Will Smith Jr. played a little bit inside. He logged 1 tackle. Bo Atkinson logged 1 tackle. Peyton Pierce, 1 tackle. Edric Houston did not get on the board, but he did cost the team 15 yards at a critical time. Offensively, Julian Sayin 21 for 27 for 189. 7-yard average, 2 touchdowns. Bo Jackson's streak will come to an end. He will not hit 3 straight 100-yard games. 17 carries for 80 yards. CJ Donaldson 9 for 39. Julian Sayin 4 for 12. Carnell Tate had that 8-yarder. James Peoples 1 carry for 3 yards. And on the receiving end, Jeremiah had 7 receptions, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Brandon Ennis 3 for 34. Carnell Tate 3 for 33. Max Clare got 2 for 26, and they were big. Great to see him get involved. James Peoples 3 for 16. Then you had Jelani Thurman on that tip, which was great. That was big time by him. That was a 9-yarder. And Bo and CJ each caught one. CJ's was that 4-yard touchdown. On the other side, their superstar, Denzel Boston was 3 for 26 on the day. 3 for 26 on the day. Number 81, that Desmond Roback, 4 for 58. Jonah Coleman caught 3 for 26 after, I think he caught 8 balls for 100 yards last game. And rushing, Jonah Coleman was 13 for 70. Had that 134-yarder, but they bottled him up pretty well. As a team, well, Damon Williams, minus 28 yards on the day. Obviously, that's sack adjusted. He had a 10-yarder was his longest. So he'll end the day with negative yards. And obviously, he was the big-time fear. His legs today. He's 18 for 22 throwing. Dude's good, man. 173. No touchdowns, no picks. Adam Muhammad, their big back, 3 rushes for 13 yards. But the Buckeyes will hold them under 200 yards passing, under 100 yards rushing, under 75 yards rushing. Unbelievable defensive performance. Their safety, number 12, Alex McLaughlin, with 11 total tackles. I guess I shouldn't be saying that they're going to be held to those numbers yet. Yes! First down, JJ. And JJ, with that one, should get up over 75 yards, and Julian will go over 200 yards passing. And the Bucks, 18 points, which is significant. In my show Friday, I said, take the alternate line, Ohio State minus 17 points, bet your house on it, bet my house on it. And I appreciate that the Buckeyes covered for my house, as they're going to win by 18 and cover that 17-point alternate line that I set. And James Peoples with the best run of the day for him, the 6-yarder up the middle. Interested to hear what RD has to say after the game here. My post-game show, guys, will be, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to put my thoughts together, and I'll release that post-game show later. But go over to Buckeye Huddle for the live post-game show. Mark will be in studio, and then we will air the press conference, and then it'll flip to Tom and Tony will take over after the press conference. And then I'll come on later on with my post-game show, initial reactions and such. But 24-6, the number 1 Buckeyes beat Washington, 18-point win in a game that was frustrating at times, but ultimately the end result, an 18-point win. Buckeyes were favored by 8.5, more than double the cover. And here we go. I appreciate you guys a lot. Doesn't look like we're going to get a quick interview from Ryan Day afterwards. I was hoping we would get a word for him. We are 3 minutes left in the Indiana-Iowa game, 13-13. Indiana, the ball moving a little bit. Appreciate you guys so much for joining me. Please like it on the way out. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to go get something to eat. And, hey, if that game's really tight between Oregon and Penn State in the second half, we might pop on and check it out. But, appreciate you guys as always. Talk to you soon. Juckeyes Bucks out.